We next have two representatives from Brooklyn Community Access Television, Greg Sutton, Executive Producer, and Carlos Pareja, Manager of Education.
Thanks so much for having us here today. I'm Greg Sutton. I'm the Executive Producer of Brooklyn Community Access Television. Council members, thank you so much. Committee, thank you so much. This is very important, and we really appreciate the time to talk to you about it. I'm going to read some. Sure, I'm going to read some prepared statements, and then I'm happy to take questions, and then Carlos is going to talk about things from his perspective. Founded in 1979, BRIC Arts Media Brooklyn is a multidisciplinary arts and media nonprofit dedicated to presenting visual, performing, and media arts programs that are reflective of Brooklyn's diverse communities and to providing resources and platforms to support the creative process. BRIC programs include, in the performing arts, the Celebrate Brooklyn Performing Arts Festival and BRIC Studio, in the visual arts, BRIC's Rotunda Gallery, and in media, Brooklyn Community Access Television. All of our offerings are free or low cost. BRIC's BCAT program operates the borough's 4 public access channels, its media education center, and 2 programming initiatives, Brooklyn Free Speech TV and Brooklyn Independent Television. BCAT's Brooklyn Independent Television Initiative produces curated programming that is reflective of the interests of our diverse community and serves all of Brooklyn. Via our Free Speech TV initiative, BCAT provides Brooklyn residents and community organizations with access to a $6 million facility for developing and cablecasting their own content. BCAT programming is cablecast into the homes of over 430,000 Time Warner Cable and Cablevision subscribers throughout Brooklyn, and we stream all of our content live on the web. Our web-based offerings, of course, are then viewed throughout the world. BCAT's Brooklyn Center for Media Education and Access Division offers the community top-notch training and mentoring in television production. We currently offer 15 courses, including, among others, TV studio workshops, field production, nonlinear editing, lighting for studio production, video blogging, and computer literacy. All of BRIC's programs have at the core of their mission access, free or low-cost access to arts and media. It's no surprise, then, that the message that I bring to you today is to create a structure to make broadband internet access affordable to all. As it pertains to residents of our community and BCAT-related work, broadband access gives our community the ability to send finished media projects to BCAT over the internet for playback on our Brooklyn Free Speech TV initiative. Currently, members of the community submit programs via a tape. They come to our facility from all over the borough. They hand us a tape. In the future, and we're also developing this technology through the internet, people can push these media files to us from their homes, from the work that they do in their computer. It saves money. They don't need to purchase tapes to give us. It saves time. Brooklyn is a very, very big place. They don't need to spend the hour and a half to and from home to get to us, to give us that work.
Again, Mr. Sutton, if you could wrap up, please, sure, in the next 30 seconds or so.
You know, we're committed to removing barriers to access to media. And we think that, you know, with the help of this committee, that you, in fact, are predisposed to doing that as well. So again, we just really congratulate you for doing this and encourage you to continue on this path to make this affordable for people. Carlos Pareja, my colleague from BCAT.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Just a couple of things. You know, people come to BCAT from all the different neighborhoods of Brooklyn, from Red Hook, Midwood, Gravesend, Bed-Stuy, to create video content for their neighbors. They use the multimedia lab we have to launch an open source internet browser to use our high-speed or their high-speed T1 line, because it is their community center, to update their video blogs, to update their resumes, to also work on their production reels for their workforce efforts, and also to work on their CVs, you know, to continue that kind of computer-based work. In an environment, a community learning environment, which is what we offer at our Community Media Center, And then the residents will go home with some valuable skills and the confidence to enter or re-enter the workforce with the secure feeling that they're not being left behind, that their neighborhoods will benefit from rigorous build-out requirements and effectual oversight. The fight for broadband must be connected to the media justice movement. As an access center, we are charged with meeting the media needs of the Brooklyn community. Someday we might be loaning out Wi-Fi cell phones with video capturing capabilities to our community producers to document their neighborhoods. And then like Greg said, well, they'll upload that content on some public hotspot to a BCAT server and continue to speak to their community. Technology in its rapid advancement is a tool, a means for achieving a purposeful end, but what that purpose ends up to be needs to be supported by sound public interest policy. That is the role of government. A broadband future where connectivity is based on the principles of universal service is what Brooklyn and New York's broadband plan should be. I thank this committee for taking the time to hear the people of Brooklyn and the representatives of their community media center. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sutton, Mr. Pareja. I'd now like to ask the members of the committee if they have any questions for Mr. Sutton or Mr. Pareja. I have one. You are doing some training in online video production and nonlinear production generally. Do you see the lack of broadband access as a problem for that area of the workforce, particularly what kinds of problems, if it poses problems, does it pose for you?
I mean, part of it is, we are one facility where a lot of people come from around Brooklyn to learn about how to use the resources, for the web. I guess the problem is when folks go back to their communities, they might be working on dial-up, and so they always have to come to our center. One thing down the road that we would like to do is to see about how we can offer some satellite facilities around other areas around the borough. So I think, connectivity is something that we don't lack in the Fort Greene community where we're at right now, but our constituents are from all over Brooklyn, so they get a base of skill learning and using the facility, the media lab, but it's not always accessible to them. So their library, their neighborhood library would be a great place where they can continue the learning.
And I think by extension, the work is created at BCAT and can be created at BCAT, but it needs to wind up in some fashion as on our channels and then by extension on the web. And I think that's what people create the content, bring it home, and then upload it from home. So if people don't have that access in their homes, there's a portion of this distribution network that'll never be available to them. That's very, very important in getting people's messages out.
Both of you have mentioned the importance of being able to complete projects at home and upload content. Are there areas of the borough that you find more likely to have clients that do not have that access, or is this more of an income distribution issue in your experience?
I don't know all the broadband capabilities of other neighborhoods in Brooklyn. That's something I would love to learn more about. But I know that a lot of the folks that we serve are often low income. They are often from communities where their library doesn't they're sharing one computer in that library. So we really are a vital place for them. So it is a place, but it's a place in downtown Brooklyn and not something that's out there. And also, when you did talk about a little bit about workforce, I feel like this is something where you can work with them, we can train, we can mentor our community producers, but it'd be wonderful if they were able to carry on those skills when they're looking for jobs, and so that's something that we would like to do more of, and that's why we're bringing our multimedia lab up to speed with the technology that's growing every day.
Thank you. Other questions from the committee? Thank you very much.